The air that day tasted like sugar and lies. I remember the frosting, the perfume, the flash of cameras, everything staged to look perfect. But underneath it all, something inside me was splintering. My mother leaned in during the reception, her smile bright enough to blind anyone who didn't know her. "We're giving the car his parents bought you to your sister," she said, like she was discussing centerpieces. And just like that, my stomach dropped at my sister. Lena laughed, sequins catching the light. "Relax, it's just a car." But it wasn't. It was every quiet theft wrapped in a bow. My husband, Noah, didn't say a word. He just looked at them, steady, calm. And in that look, something in me changed forever. People say weddings show you who loves you most. Mine showed me who never did. I grew up in a house where fairness was a bedtime story nobody believed. My mother, Eleanor, worshipped appearances. My father, Paul, worshipped silence. And Lena, she was the fragile one. The world always bending to keep her from breaking. When she was scared of the dark, she got the bigger room. When she crashed her car, Mom blamed the weather. I worked extra shifts to buy mine, and she called it character building. That was the rhythm of our house. Lena needed, I provided. Always. By the time I turned 29, I'd built a life far from that rhythm. I was an interior designer, meticulous, careful, a woman who paid her own bills and chose her own peace. Then Noah came along. He wasn't flashy. He was the kind of man who made silence feel safe. His family didn't just give love. They lived it. The night before our wedding, his parents handed me a small silver key in an envelope. "You built this life together," his father said. "Here's something to help you keep building." It was a used car, clean, reliable, titled in my name. Not a gift of metal but of trust. That night I caught my mother's expression. Polite, tight, already calculating. Her smile was the warning I ignored. The morning of the wedding, she fussed over my veil, telling me, "You've always been so generous, Clara. Don't lose that." Her perfume filled the room like fog. I smiled back, pretending not to hear the threat buried under the compliment. The reception felt like a movie running too loud. Laughter. Flashbulbs. Champagne. I was floating, almost happy, until I saw her cutting through the crowd. My mother, that same smile sharp enough to slice through satin. She stopped beside me, voice honeyed and venomous. "We're passing the car to your sister." The air went still. I heard the word car, but what I felt was history. Every stolen thing dressed as love. Every apology I'd been trained to give. I saw Lena's grin, my mother's satisfaction, and I understood. This wasn't about generosity. It was a test. How much of me was still theirs to take? I didn't make a scene. I smiled. "You're right," I said softly. "I don't mind sharing." My mother's shoulders relaxed, mistaking surrender for grace. Noah didn't. His hand found mine, a silent promise. Later that night, when the guests started leaving, we slipped into the hallway. "Do you want me to say something?" Noah asked. "No," I said. "We already did." 2 weeks before the wedding, I drafted a document with a friend who worked as a paralegal. It was simple. Any gift given in my name couldn't be sold, gifted, or transferred without my written consent. A clause Noah's parents had approved. A quiet shield. I'd signed it in blue ink, certain but still hoping I'd never need it. Then his phone buzzed. A notification. A photo. Lena, standing beside the car in our garage, captioned, "Finally got a ride that fits me." I laughed once, low and hollow. She couldn't even wait until morning. Noah looked at me. "So what now?" "Now," I said, reaching for the envelope in my clutch, "we let them unwrap their own consequences." We walked back into that glowing room. My mother was radiant again, her throne reclaimed. Lena hovered beside her, pretending not to look smug. When she saw me, Mom smiled. "There you are. Everyone's asking where the bride went." "Handling a few details," I said. She nodded, pleased. "Good. We're wrapping up. Lena needs a ride home anyway." Noah's voice was smooth, deliberate. "She has one now, doesn't she?" The laughter around us faltered. My mother blinked. "What?" "The car," I said. "You said you were giving it to her." "Clara," Lena sighed. "Don't make this weird. It's just a car." "It's not weird," I said. "It's documentation." Noah handed my mother the envelope. She opened it, eyes scanning the page. Her smile trembled. "What is this?" A notarized declaration, I said evenly. Any gift titled in my name can't be transferred or sold without my consent. Attempting to do so triggers a legal review and forfeits future gifts from Noah's family. The words hit like a dropped glass. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." Lena's laugh broke mid-breath. "You can't be serious." "I am," I said. Dad stepped forward. "This is petty, Clara." "No, Dad," I said. "Petty is calling theft tradition." Mom's voice cracked. "We're family. You don't treat family like this." "You went into our garage last night," I said. "You took pictures. You posted them. Was that family too?" Lena's voice wobbled. "It was symbolic." "Of what?" Noah asked. "Entitlement." The music had stopped. Phones hovered half-raised. Mom's face hardened. "You're being dramatic." "Maybe," I said. "But for once, everyone's watching the right drama." Lena's eyes filled. "You'd really humiliate us like this?" "I'm not humiliating anyone," I said. "I'm ending the script." Noah took my hand steady and sure. "You should keep that paper, Mrs. Hale," he said. "It's legally binding." My mother looked at him like he'd betrayed her bloodline. "You encouraged this?" He shook his head. "No. She didn't need encouragement. Just respect." Lena hissed. "You think you're better than us now?" I met her eyes. "No. I think I'm finally equal." The room went dead quiet. Even the fairy lights seemed to hold their breath. Mom whispered, "Clara, please don't do this in front of everyone." "Then you shouldn't have done it to me in front of everyone." Noah turned to the band. "Play something." Soft music rose again, fragile but defiant. He pulled me back to the dance floor. As we moved, I caught glimpses in the mirrors. Mom pale and trembling, Lena frozen beside her, Dad staring down. The envelope sat open on the table like evidence. Noah whispered, "Breathe." "I am," I said. When the song ended, I looked at them one last time. Help isn't theft. And love isn't ownership. I set my champagne flute beside the envelope and walked out. The applause never came, just the sound of whispers chasing us. Outside, under the lights, the night air finally felt real. Noah wrapped his arm around me. "You okay?" "I think," I said. "I just stopped apologizing." We got into the car, the same one they tried to take, and drove away. The veil caught in the wind, tore loose and drifted into the dark. "You just threw away your movie moment," Noah laughed softly. "Good," I said. "I don't want a movie. I want a life." A week later, sunlight filled our kitchen. On the fridge was a photo from the wedding. The moment my mother's smile cracked as she read the paper. I used to think I looked cruel. Now I think I looked free. Freedom doesn't roar. It whispers. It's the silence of a phone that doesn't ring. The peace of locking your own door. The quiet after choosing yourself. People say families fall apart because of pride or money. Maybe. But sometimes they fall apart because one person finally stops pretending. If you've ever had to draw a line with someone who called it love, share your story below. You're not alone. And you don't owe anyone your peace.